Hey guys, Dr. 5 here with another episode of the Fulham Pyramid on FIFA 22. This episode, we have got 6 games, and we're going to go all the way until January. So, we're going to discuss a couple of things throughout this episode, and the first of which is going to be the Mitrovic-Delap situation. Because, in this episode, something very bad happens, and it's about to happen here from this corner, as it's going to be whipped across. We're going to get to the ball first, but as you can see, Liam Delap stays on the floor, holding his knee. He is going to be out for 2 months, so he's going to be out to the end of January. So that means Mitrovic is forced to come in. We're not the biggest fan of Mitrovic, and I am looking to sell him in January. So, do we loan a striker in January, or do we just kind of hold it out because we are so many points clear? Do we just hold out January playing a makeshift striker, maybe playing Deckled over Reed up top or something like that, and waiting? I think I'm probably going to go with the second option, waiting it out till Delap returns from his injury. If he gets injured throughout the season, we've got Reed who can play there, probably play Weber up there, Carvalho can probably play, Cavalejo can probably play there, should I say. So, yeah, we have options, and then when we get to the Prem, because I do pretty much think we've sealed ourselves at the top of the league, winning the league, going on to the next round. So yeah, when we get into the Premier League, maybe we'll reassess that. And another thing is, we have quite a few youth players that can actually play as centre forwards. This guy right here, Marcus Roberts, 69 overall. He's about the same rating as Carvalho. We're going to bring him in. He's going to be the bench player. Mitrovic is going to start just whilst Delap is injured, and just whilst kind of he recovers from that injury. He's coming to this one against Bournemouth. And a bit of a glitch happened here. This free kick, they won it and they just stood stationary for about 15 to 16 seconds. And I actually had to go into the kind of simulate feature just for them to take the free kick and then hop back out. But even in that simulated feature, it still took them a while to actually take the free kick. So yeah, a bit of a glitch there. Maybe EA need to sort that one out. But just before halftime, the first chance of the game is going to come our way as Kearney finds Rodon, just passing it around, trying to find a bit of space. Eventually Mitrovic knocks the ball through to Weber, a lovely touch to get past his man, and he's just going to play it across to young Carvalho, tucks the ball in the back of the open net, and with 3 minutes left in the half, we go 1-0 to the good, and we look to be winning this one. You know, we lost against Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup, they knocked us out of that one, but hopefully we can win in the league and continue again against a rival in the league. One of the teams, one of the other favourites to get promoted. And you can see here we've brought on Roberts, and within the few seconds of bringing him on here, Wilson is going to find him in the box. He's open, no one around him, and he's just going to volley it home. And with his first touch of the ball in a Fulham shirt, Roberts from the Youth Academy does get his first goal for the club. Puts us 2-0 to the good, and pretty much wraps up the game. Even though we are so early into this one in the second half, he pretty much wraps it up because Bournemouth have offered pretty much nothing in this one going forward. As we catch him on the counter-attack here again with Weber. Look at his second assist of the game. He plays it into Roberts, who gets his second goal of the game. He has 2 goals with 3 touches of the ball. It's absolutely incredible here what is going on with the Youth Academy. We've got Weber obviously setting up the other Roberts. So that's Youth Academy to Youth Academy, both enrolled in the first team this season. Robert and Webb. Hey, bit of peep show there. That's pretty cool. But we do make it 3-0, and we are going to look to maybe even get a hat-trick here for Roberts on his debut as Reed, because a nice little dribble. Unfortunately for us, the dribble ends, but it does fall to Wilson. Finds Tete. Tete finds Carvalho, who's already got a goal this season. Roberts turns Metham really nicely. Strikes it low, strikes it hard. And 79 minutes into the game, Roberts, the Youth Academy star on his debut, gets his hat-trick, gets the match ball, and it's a debut to remember. And I'll just say, remember the name. Roberts is the name you need to remember going forward in this save, because he could be in the first team very, very, very soon. As his touch the ball here, knocks it back down to Wilson, and there's a chance here, we can make it 5, and Roberts can get his 4th goal of the season already, and he does exactly that. 4 goals against a recently relegated and one of the favourites to win the league. Our Youth Academy player comes on, no pressure, he doesn't feel the pressure, you know, and he just goes and delivers. 5 attempts on goal, 4 goals from that. The match ball coming home with him. 3 points coming home with us. And that is exactly what you want. Coming into this one, though, to Luton Town. I was going to say Court Lane, but obviously that's one of the fake stadium names. It's the 89th minute. Adebayo knocks the ball on. No one is there. And we've got a chance maybe to counter-attack here with Thomas Kearney finding Webber. Webber plays it up to Roberts on the turn. Looking to knock it back through. Didn't quite work out. And they got a really good and nice deflection. Falls perfectly to them. Campbell finds Adebayo. Adebayo finds Pereira. Back through to Adebayo. And a great strike into the top right-hand corner. And in the 92nd minute of the game, with 2 minutes added on in injury time, we do concede. And we are going to unfortunately lose this one 1-0. The penultimate kick of the game. The kickoff was the final one. And we do lose to Luton away from home. So we are still good to just move on back into the home game. But we are actually going to take on another title favourites in Sheffield United. They've got a very strong squad in game. They're second place in game. In real life, I don't think they're doing too good. But in here, they're doing nicely as Freeman wins the header. Gazzaniga was charging up to punch it. In the end, he just didn't jump and punch. And he's caught off his line. Freeman knocks the ball into the open net. It's 1-0 to Sheffield United. Not what we want, but Sanderberger wins the ball here. Mousset dinks the ball over top to Osborne. Takes it down nicely. Looking to knock it through. Eventually, he finds Mousset. Looking to turn back inside to Hourahan. Hourahan plays a lovely ball through to Burke. And he beats Gazzaniga at the near post. And it is 2-0 to Sheffield United coming into the 90th minute, 93rd minute to be exact. Sanderberger rises the highest, knocks the ball over the top to Gazzaniga, and it is embarrassing. A 3-0 defeat to Sheffield United. Back-to-back losses for the first time this season. Before those 2 defeats, we had 1 loss to this team right here, Birmingham. We lost to them at St Andrews. But now we've got back-to-back defeats. We're hoping it is not back-to-back defeats, but Roberts tucks the ball into the back of the net 17 minutes into the game. He makes it 1-0. And I really do think this guy is the key. Him and Delap up top, rotating between each other for the remainder of the season. Should we get any injuries between them. Selling on Mitrovic, getting maybe like 15 million for Mitrovic. Signing maybe a new right back to kind of help rotate with Tete, because I'm not a big fan of Christie. And that might be us ready to go into the Premier League. And hopefully we can progress. But so nice it was to score. Unfortunately, Troy Deeney does score for Birmingham to make it 1-1. But 47 minutes into the game, Deckard over Reed lays the ball across to Carvalho, takes a touch, strikes it past Neil Etheridge. And we are 2-1 to the good, back in front. And we are going to maintain this lead for the remainder of the game. And we do pick up 3 points, thankfully ending that little losing streak that could have maybe derailed our season. But in the snow, we do not freeze under the pressure, and we do score the goals to make it 2-1. As we go into this one against Reading, the final game before the January transfer window, and we are coming to the Majewski Stadium, I think is Reading Stadium. That might be their old stadium, it might be completely wrong. But they do go 1-0 up through Miete, and 12 minutes in, it looks like it's all happening again, with us going down, and hopefully this time we can maybe come back. Very similar to the Birmingham game. If we can come back and win, that would be brilliant. But Thomas Kearney coming just past the Almack, plays it into Ramsey, loses out on the ball. He is playing his final game of the season for us. He will be going back to Aston Villa come January, as Mitrovic does score what might be his final goal for the club, should we sell him in January. But he comes in clutch sometimes, Mitrovic. So there is this kind of factor that we might want to keep him. But Miete, a lovely bit of dribbling to get past his man. Plays it into Hoylett. Hoylett right back to him. A lovely 1-2 between them. Lifts the space, and he plays it into that top right-hand corner. And we're losing. We're back to losing again. Just before January as well, which is brilliant. A December to not remember. But that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We are going to be in January in the next one. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.